farm buildings and building work.
Farm buildings such as sheds, slatted tanks, milking parlours and cattle handling facilities are all essential to the farm enterprise.
The construction activity involved during the building of such facilities may only occasionally occur on the farm, but the maintenance around such buildings is more frequent. It's important to note that both the building and maintenance activities are regarded as construction under the Safety, Health and Welfare at Work construction regulations and must be undertaken in an organised, planned and safe way. When constructing new buildings, the Department of Agriculture and Food produce specifications on agricultural structures, which detail the standard to which buildings be constructed. These specifications take many factors into consideration, including safety during construction and safe operation during the lifetime of the structure. New agricultural structures should be built in line with these specifications, which are available at the Department of Agriculture and Food website or at any Department of Agriculture and Food local office. Grants are also available for many of these constructions. Contact the Department of Agriculture and Food for more details. Furthermore, you should be aware that even if you bring in an outside contractor, the farmer will be the client for the construction work, and as such will have to appoint a competent person to supervise the design and construction activities from the safety point of view. When carrying out construction work, insurance issues must always be considered. Standard farm public liability and employer's liability insurances will usually provide the necessary insurance cover for maintenance work on existing farm buildings, plant and equipment. But when constructing new buildings or reconstructing old buildings, farmers should always contact their local insurance branch as additional insurance cover may be required. If a private contractor is carrying out the work, you should always ask to see proof of their insurances and a copy of their safety statement before work commences. Complex and extensive work should be left to the specialist contractor. Areas where building work is being carried out are not safe areas for children, and access to such areas should be prevented.
Every year, people are seriously injured or killed in accidents that occur during building maintenance work on farms. The occasional maintenance of roofs is a very high-risk activity, with falls from height being the most common cause of injury and death.
I was pushing in silage and I jumped up on a lean-to roof, and when I was pulling up a bit of plastic, I stepped backwards down through a skylight.
Access to areas at heights must be made safe. Of particular concern in this regard is the access to fragile roofs such as fibre cement sheeting and roofs with perspex sheeting. Non-fragile fibrous cement sheeting and non-fragile roof lights are now available and should be used when constructing new buildings.
For all roof work, the first question to ask is this work necessary?
When the work is necessary, always ensure that there is a safe means of access. If a ladder is used, ensure that it's in good condition, footed, secured at the top, and extends at least 1 metre above the roof access level. Use appropriate crawl or roof ladders, and always have a system of fall prevention or fall protection in place. For more extensive work at height, the use of scaffold or a cherry picker may be more appropriate. Those with the appropriate training and expertise should only erect scaffold. Never work on a scaffold unless the work level is fully boarded out, handrails and toe boards are in place, and a safe means of access is provided. A cherry picker must receive an engineering inspection at least once every 6 months. The operator must be trained, and they must wear a safety harness when they are in the cage. Never use the buckets or forks of lifting machines as a means of access to height. Remember, when working at heights, never take risks and always ensure that appropriate safety measures are taken.